Morning, y'all. I'm about to make a pan of biscuits, and I'm almost out of buttermilk. I don't know if I'd had enough, so I'm mixing a little bit of cream I got in my buttermilk to use for it. And I hope this thing is working. I didn't check it again. But our Wi-Fi here, I don't know why, has been terrible for a few days. I can see one person, so I guess it's working. We're having a really late breakfast, and then I got to get busy. We have a trunk or treat tonight, and I've got a it's rain or shine, and I've got a trunk thing I got to put together, and I got no idea what I'm doing. I got tickled because I got it yesterday, and it was in this little bitty box, and I thought, how they get all that in there? And I'll have to go somewhere and blow up the balloons, but it has instructions for like a balloon arch, and I'm like, oh boy, I didn't know it was, all that. I'll get in the living room in a little while and see what I can figure out with it though. But in the meantime, we're gonna mix up a pan of biscuits. Let me see if I can push y'all back so you can kind of see everything I'm doing for now. And I've got some key steak. Tillman wanted biscuits and gravy. Well, I got up and I don't have no sausage in the house. I didn't have no bacon. As many times I've been to the grocery store. And I thought I had bought me some of that ham steaks, country fried ham steaks. Couldn't find them in the freezer. So I thought out a little bit of cube steak that I might fry up. It's sitting over there. And we may have that too. I grabbed me a clean. If y'all come in the beginning and seen me doing that, y'all probably thought, well, how crazy. I was almost out of buttermilk and I'm making biscuits. Now you could use, regular sweet milk, whole milk. But I just took the little bit of cream I had left and mixed it in here. So it'll be a mixture of buttermilk and cream for us this morning. But it's been a while and I thought, well, let me make sure that's not. That'd be my luck. Let me pour this out. The last thing I think I sifted was powdered sugar. And I don't want a sweet biscuit in the bottom of my bowl. We don't need a ton. There's just 3 of us, unless Daddy shows up and he could have this for lunch. So there's collard greens back there too that I had made a couple of nights ago. But Tillman wants gravy, or that's what we'd be doing. I'd be having biscuit. We'd have a piece of that fried cube steak, and I'd eat some collards. This is my favorite biscuit bowl. Everybody loves a biscuit bowl. I love these stainless steel bowls, period. They're good for a lot of stuff. They truly are. Now, let me take these off before I forget. I don't use this. I'm swollen today. I knew I hadn't. It's like, I can't get that one off. I'm swollen. Normally they just slide right off when I'm on the camera. Well, then we're going to mix up a turmeric drink too, and that'll take care of that. I'll show y'all. We'll just do that real fast. Because I had a feeling this morning. Let me get my little bitty clear cup so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. If I can find one. Here we go. Now, don't do this and get because turmeric will thin your blood. So like if you're on a blood thinner or something like that, don't do this without asking somebody. I kind of doubt, once in a blue moon, one would hurt you. I'm sidetracked, but that's pretty swollen for me not to get that ring off. So I will fix it. Oh, it's got a tab on it. I can get some juice out of these lemons. And my turmeric. And water. But I'm out of water. I need to go get water. I just put a tad of water because the more you put, the more you got to drink. And I usually just like to slam it. So I'm just barely putting any water in there. Then I'm going to take some olive oil. I'll put, I don't know. That's not even a tablespoon. Maybe a teaspoon and a half. It don't have to be exact. And then I'm going to take this lemon. Let me get something to cut it with. I'll cut it right here on this cutting board. And I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice. That's up to you, but that kind of makes all the other, you don't taste it so much. Then you need some black pepper for your turmeric to work. So I just do it a pinch. And then I'm just going to shake some turmeric in here. That's not maybe a teaspoon. Probably not even that much. And it looks gross, but it works. Like in about an hour, I'll be able to pull that ring off with no problem. I got a lemon seed. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Let me drink some coffee behind that turmeric. I should have done it when I first got up. So I was thinking, man, I feel sluggish. And that sounds nuts, but it makes me feel better. And it works. It truly works. All right. Back to our biscuits. Well, y'all can see good. Just kind of make me a little well. Now, I'm not super particular or picky. I wished I was. I was thinking this morning when I put this on and I done got it dirty. I was thinking, if you could keep that clean after cooking something, that'd be pretty good, Melissa. That's not going to happen. I done got it dirty. I'm going to use, let me do this so y'all can see. I really don't need a ton of biscuits for us three. Like I said, smaller than a tennis ball, bigger than a golf ball. I don't know how. Maybe if I put it in a cup, I could measure it out for y'all. Let me wash this off my hands because it drives me crazy, and then I'll mix them up. I don't want to have it all over my milk jug. That's Crisco. Can y'all hear that music? I got it real low. I've actually got Christmas music playing this morning. I thought, hey, Alexa, play me some Christmas music. I know someone's probably upstairs thinking, what in the world? He'll just laugh about it. It's kind of makes you think of that today. It's cool. It's raining. I think our rain's supposed to stop around 4-ish today. I sure hope so. Otherwise, that'd be a messy trunk or treat, wouldn't it? I've still got to go out and get the candy. And I was looking last night. I said to JoJo, I said, we got to find somewhere to blow up these balloons. And I think our Kroger might do it, but I looked online and I was like, who blows up balloons near me? And it says we have a Dollar General. I just got that on my canister. That will do them. So that'll make it a lot easier. One year I went out and bought like a helium thing, but I'm not doing that this year because good grief, by the time you go buy candy, right now everything's so high. And I'm slinging stuff everywhere. I told y'all I'm messy. I'll slow down. This flour. I guess it's after doing them pretzels. These feel soft. I got a lot of baking I gotta do in the next 2 or 3 days, and I'm trying to figure out some stuff to take that's easy to individually wrap, and do. But I thought about asking them, do they want like a whole pie or a whole cake or something like that? We got a busy week ahead. I don't know if it's just me, but that biscuit feels different today. Maybe it's because I mixed buttermilk and heavy whipping cream together. I'm going to leave them pretty wet. I like mine pretty wet. That's why you see I'm not picking up a ton more of that flour because we don't need a ton. I guess I could always use them for bread pudding or whatever, but that was so much spaghetti. We got leftover spaghetti that we can be eating on. And then we'll have this, because that's a decent amount of keep steak over there. I kept some of it frozen. I can't even understand that Christmas song. I can barely hear it. Let's see if I can see anything y'all are saying. Good morning, Carla. Oh, you did the Thanksgiving basket, Peggy. That's good. I was telling my daughter about them last night, and I ran across, now Aldi has one too. And it's a really good deal too, maybe even a better deal, but it's different stuff, so maybe it depends on what you would rather have. It's still kind of basically the same thing. I think it's pumpkin pie stuffing, but you get 21 items with them. Whereas at Walmart it's 15. And like one of the things I thought, well, that's neat, because they gave you, I don't know if it was the top you spray, what do you call it, like Ready Whip topping, or if it was Cool Whip. I think it was Ready Whip. So they gave you quite a bit of stuff. And theirs is the same way. It's $40. So it's a good deal. And I was telling my youngin, that's an ugly biscuit. That's right. Biscuits don't have to be pretty. They just got to be edible. Not hard as a hockey puck. Anyway, I was telling her about it. She said, well, we don't need to feed 8 to 10 people. I said, well, the thing about that is it's really stuff you could, just eat whenever, like macaroni and rolls. You can eat that any old time. So I asked her about their Thanksgiving, and I thought about going ahead and doing the Aldi one too. And then I'd have 2 turkeys, but we could just do Thanksgiving this year. We don't hardly ever anymore. And if we were to do it, it would take 2 turkeys to feed everybody anyway. And you could always use it for Christmas. Just snag the deal with a habit. I don't know if they'll keep that, through Christmas or not, or if they'll offer something else. I will say, on the Walmart one, I don't know if y'all noticed, but when you go on it, they had I can't push my glasses up and they fell. They had like a prime rib one. Did y'all see that? But it was sold out. And I was like, are you kidding me? It was cheaper. It was $35. And you can check a box. So go look at it and check the box and have them to notify you when it does come back in. But it was prime rib and everything to make a salad and maybe even a baked potato. But it was a prime rib roast. And you got that whole deal. That's a baby biscuit for $35. Let me wash my hands. And then when you click on the prime rib roast, because it's sold out, it told you what the normal price was on it. And that prime rib roast by itself is $80, $79 and something. So I checked the box to notify me if it come back in. That's usually something a lot of folks do for Christmas. But it may be with the beef stuff going on right now that they're not going to offer no $35 thing this year. I don't know. I don't know when it sold out or how long they've been offering it. But when I seen it, I about had to see it. Because that's a lot. That's a good deal. Let me get this off my canister, and then we're going to fix these biscuits. And then some of y'all, this might drive nuts. I'm just going to tell you ahead of time. Nobody ever drinks buttermilk in my house. It is solely used for making biscuits or something else. So it drives them nuts when I put my hands in here. The reason I do that is, like, you see where I made those, I don't know if y'all can see that from up there, those ugly little cracks. It serves 2 purposes. It gets rid of those, and it'll brown the top of your biscuits pretty. Mama always done this. She probably made me do it a whole lot. She's the one that taught me how to make them. And she had to eat them. I can remember her. I'm not kidding. I can remember making them and her throwing them out and making me start over. Because I stayed with them for a couple of years and I'd have to get up. I was over there at 7:30 and we made breakfast. Now, I don't know how they ate like they did. They ate, you know, a big breakfast every morning like this. And then at lunch, you turned around. I've got my oven preheated really to 450. It's on 425. A lot of times with these, I'll just do 400. Throw them in there. Move y'all over here. But I would go over there and then we'd do that. And then I had to do their lunch. And Mama worked at a bakery. She worked when we were little, but she worked. No wonder we're crooked. My thing's broke. Could y'all tell? I don't know. My tripods. I've broke more tripods. Tammy said, I've never broke one. I said, well, leave it to me. Well, I guess I can just leave y'all here. I can't do, when I do a live, like they like for me to, for YouTube, they like for me to do horizontal, but you can't do that on a Facebook Live. It won't even let you. It's not even an option. So let's just pour. Here's what we'll do. Let me grab me. I'm still debating if I want to fry this, but I guess we will. If I fry this, I ain't going to want to make gravy. I'm just going to want to, because I got so much to do today, and I thought, well, we'll go ahead and do this. That way I'll have the video done. I need to be doing laundry. I'm getting some flour behind me is all I'm doing for this plate. Then let me grab my salt and pepper. It's over here too. We can throw a little bit of seasoning in it. And all I'm going to do for this is we'll just take what we were just using. There's barely any left. It's mostly, I think, cream, not buttermilk. It's a mixture. It'll work. We just need something wet. All right, let me grab my towel. All right, I did pepper, not salt. Y'all, me and my memory. And then I think I'll do maybe a little bit. We'll do a little garlic powder on it. And I think there is some. I'm going to do this stuff. I like it a lot. It's rosemary. I got it at like TJ's, I think, or Ross's. Rosemary, garlic, rosemary, sea salt. I probably shouldn't put that salt in there for that reason. I can't use a ton of it in order to be salty. Oh, Mossy, you might need to put you some oil in the pan and hurry up. I got my thing going. And we'll use this olive oil. I tell you, I used vegetable oil the other night to do that cornbread with. And I was so disappointed. There is such a big difference in beef tallow as far as the way it browns your food and the vegetable oil. Like that, my cornbread patties looked white, literally, and it took forever to brown them. And when you use that beef tallow, I got to go get me some more amount. Man, there's a big difference, like a huge difference. It browns it so pretty. I don't know why that is, but it's true. Y'all check it out and try it and see. At least fry up a couple of these, and then I'll try to do some gravy. Let's see if I can mix all this up. Y'all cupcake. I got you looking at the skillet. That's the only thing about doing it vertical is trying to keep the camera in. I'm just kind of wetting this. Y'all, I'm just kind of throwing them and going because we are hungry. I hadn't had breakfast. I took a bite of banana when I fed him a banana. I'm totally out of that too. I ain't fooling with an egg. We're just gonna, it's wet enough. Boy, these are falling apart. I hope that they are tender enough to eat. I'm probably going to have to go fix my fan. As cold as it is, I got a fan going. Y'all let me go fix that. That's not ready. See? I threw a little piece over in it. But this thing's probably blowing my flame. So I have to go flip it up. It was. I could hear it. Sounded like we had a tornado going. Well, let me wipe my hand off, and at least I can read your comments while we wait on that oil. Let's see. It's starting. That's the hardest part for me is waiting for oil. I am the most impatient person. Somebody told me on YouTube the other day that something went wrong. They said it's not it. It's just you're not patient enough, and that's true. I don't have a ton of patience with certain things. I do. Yeah, I just broke my tripod again. I was trying to fix it. Thanksgiving basket dinner or Thanksgiving dinner basket. I actually put the link. If you'll go back to that post, if there's somebody trying to find it, you actually got to go to the page, because if you look at it in Facebook Watch, they don't show you the description above the video. So if you go over to Melissa's Home Plates, look for the post. When was that? 2 days ago? Day before yesterday? Because yesterday I did Kroger. The day before was the Walmart thing. Look in the Walmart video, and up in the description is the link. So you can just hit the link, and it'll take you straight to it. I didn't realize, I don't know why I didn't do that the first night, but I did it yesterday when I seen a couple of people having a hard time finding it. Come on, Grease. So hopefully, but yeah, it's a good deal, and I really do think. I don't know about the Aldi yet, Francie, as far as going online or how it works, but I imagine so. It's probably just like, you might can just go online. Somebody else was asking me about, it saying it had hidden fees. Well, if you order it online and then you have it delivered to you, then if you're not like part of Walmart Plus, then you're going to have to pay for delivery, and then you'd pay for a tip. But you can opt to pick it up where you just pull in the parking lot and they bring it to your car. And that shouldn't, I don't think they charge you for that other than the tip. But it's still such a good deal. To me, it's a really good deal. Both places will be a good deal. But I don't think there's no hidden fees unless you have them actually deliver it. I sent your link to my family in Illinois. I'm kind of hoping that it helps out a lot of people. That was kind of the purpose of going and doing it. And then I took advantage of it too, because it's such a good deal. So I thought about going to Aldi and getting another one. Because like I said, I could always save let's see if we're hot enough yet. Not really. It's beginning to get hot. I could save the other turkey. And if we had a big gathering, or if if you're yourself not hurting, you could always, at that price, donate a meal to somebody for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Since they're both sneaking up on us, I need my kitchen shears in here. The big old pieces I would rather cut in half. There they are, right there beside us. It's a miracle. Got to be dirty kitchen shears. Anybody else like me, they're gonna have kitchen shears and they end up everywhere above the kitchen. And I bought another pair that was supposed to be strictly for in here and not be taken away, and that still never happened. I end up taking them off myself. See how much this can get in there. I don't know who that is singing behind me. It sounds like Mariah Carey, but it's not the traditional one she's always singing. Boy, this stuff is really stringy. I don't know. Hopefully it'll be all right and not tough. Of course, I did thaw it out kind of in a crazy way. Try to get one more in there, and then I'll just leave the rest of it so we can get some moving with this. I won't crowd it no more. We'll throw that away. All right, y'all. Let me wash my hands back. I forgot. Oh, it smells good already. I'm so hungry. We'll test my rings in a minute and see if they come off better after that. I don't know how long that's been, but should have been 15 minutes or so ago. Let me see. All right. I got that cranking in high. I'll move y'all back here for a minute just so you can kind of see the kitchen because I'm going to be running around picking up some of this stuff while we wait on that to fry. That's the only thing I like. I like the horizontal when it's like this. That way when I'm over here trying to clean up this mess, you can see everything. And I think that's why they like it over there. Plus it shows up over TV. But you just can't do a live like that over here. I don't know if you can even do one over there like that, to be honest with you. Well, I guess you could. Don't know. My sinks are good and clean. I just bleached them out. Do y'all do that? I got to where I put a drop of... I didn't used to do that, but I do lately. Bleach water in my dishwater. Not a lot of it, but a drop. I was doing that this morning, and I thought, Lord, you better wash it with this black apron on. I'll be leaning and messing it up. Yeah, I just can't not make a mess, I guess. That's a little better. I was trying to clear this off while that fries. At least we'll be getting something on. That's how I end up with such a messy kitchen if I don't. I woke up to a messy one. Sure did. It's still not cooking super fast. But it's on high. Pretty much on high. All right, let's see. It's not totally worked, but it's better because now I can at least get it up to my knuckle. A strip, because usually they just slide right off. That one did. So it's better already. I don't know how long it's been. Let's see. Let's check our biscuits. Can y'all see our biscuits? They're not there yet. They're getting there. Yeah, I got a big old thing of collard greens over there. Now I want to eat collard greens with it, and someone will be like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be breakfast, Mama. But it's nearly lunchtime. And mine's brown. You can see it's browning on one side more than the other. It's because the skillet, and these are such tiny little eyes. I was telling somebody the other day that I couldn't cook. That's why it's hard for me to have Thanksgiving here. I can't cook on all four eyes at one time. If I tried to put a pot here, that's how this got burned. I was standing here and I was just cooking, and all of a sudden I hear something go, pow! And I looked everywhere. And I was like, what? And I couldn't figure it out. And then when I moved, after I finished cooking and moved my stuff, I was like, oh, it's about to blow us up, catch us on fire. Well, you up a little bit. I'm just going to throw this back to the fridge. I saved some of it or give it to the animals. Y'all, what does groundhogs eat? I stood here and watched my groundhog for the longest yesterday. And I never could figure out what he was eating on. He was up here. I guess he's not down there because it's flooding with all this weather like it is. And he wasn't digging. But every 2 or 3 seconds, he would just reach up with his little paws and he was nibbling on something, but it was so small you couldn't see it. And I thought, well, I wonder if he's eating like acorns, because he was just picking out, digging through the pine straw, and he'd eat. Guess we can use this for gravy. Surely I got milk. I said, I've been to the grocery store 2 or 3 times, and then I'll come in here. But what happened is I cleaned out the refrigerator yesterday. And then when I cleaned out the refrigerator yesterday, I realized, Lord, you need some refrigerator groceries. But I used up, like, the peppers last night on that spaghetti. So I need peppers and I need onions. I need to make a list. So while I'm out blowing up balloons today, I'll remember to get it. And by then, I'll need milk again when we do this gravy. Tillman goes, he drinks a lot of milk. A whole lot of it. Let me get us I'll let y'all look at the cube steak, I guess. Laid out. Put some paper towels on that for that. Then I'll hunt me up let me lean in front of y'all over here. I don't have one. I got a fourth. Where's my half a cup? Dirty. I was going to at least do that part for y'all with a. It's probably right here behind me. I need to turn on this dishwasher, and I've got these dishwasher and washing machine tablets I want to try out. And I'll tell you why. My dishwasher, I have looked all over trying to figure out where the filter in it is. It doesn't do it like right after you wash the dishes. It's after it sits for a few days. And it smells so bad. So I had this company send me these dishwasher tablets. Well, I could have chose between different things. But I picked dishwasher tablets and I picked washing machine ones. I'll show them to y'all. I don't have no link or nothing put up for it yet. And it really is supposed to be for a different platform. But I can show it to y'all. And I can get you a link later maybe. If they work. I'm the type of person that if it don't work, I wouldn't go with it. But they sent me the washing machine ones. And it can be any washing machine. And I'm anxious to see how that works. Because I've got an old one, like with the agitator. So I know it needs cleaning. And the dishwasher. This is the one I'm the most interested in. Because my dishwasher has such a bad odor when that's sat for 2 or 3 days. And it's supposed to clean out like the hard water. I don't know if I decide to do a sales pitch, if they work, and I decide that I'll try to sell them, then I'll give you more details on it. I just have to think about it since I opened the dishwasher. You cannot use you can't put your dishes in there with the cleaner. So I've got to run mine first. And to be honest with you, I hadn't done the washing machine just because it's been so rainy. This yard tends to want to flood back there, and it's just been so rainy I hadn't filled with it. Now let me check our biscuits real fast before I move on to gravy. Let me move that out of my way. Let's see. They're starting to brown on the top, so I don't know if y'all can see that. So they're getting there. I don't want to get started on one thing, forget them. Let me flip them too, like so. They're almost to the point they could about just be broiled. Let me grab a trivet over here. Now then, let me see if I can just tell how much grease is in that. Plenty, probably. All right. Now we're going to do some gravy real quick. Lord, watch me not have a thing clean. I don't. Let me grab my gravy's one of them things you really ought to be ready for when it's time to do it, huh? I don't have my spatula out, but maybe this will do the trick. I need something to hold on to over here. Hopefully I got y'all where you can see. I'm kind of just moving quickly now. I need my whisk real quick, and it's in the dishwasher. Isn't that always the way it works? But that could sit there a second and be cooking. The rest of that out there. Whisk. Whisk. I don't like that one as good, but I'll use it. I only see one of them. I got to scooch off for a minute. Hold on. For Pete's sake. I don't see it either. We're going to have to use this one. Hopefully it'll work just as good. It's a little plastic one. Let's get off. It's new. It's still got the tag on it. There's a burp rated. I won't. I had more flour in there, and I'm gonna salt and pepper. There we go. I need my hands dry. Salt or pepper. I'm starting to wonder if I'm sort of dyslexic, y'all. I noticed that doing that stuff yesterday. I'll say something backwards. I've even caught myself writing things backwards lately. Like, what is going on? I'm guessing. We'll stop there. Lord, it ain't Halloween. I'm singing Christmas. Gracious, gracious. I gotta pick at these biscuits real quick. We are about done. I'll flip them again. I really got close. Hopefully, I was going to say, Lord knows I didn't really look back up at the camera. I started doing gravy and you're moving so quick, you don't have time to pay attention to nothing else. And the biscuits are just about to be ready. They can choose whether they just want biscuit gravy. But they always don't usually like the collard greens. That's me. I'll probably go get them out. Let me get this whisk. See, look. I need a good wire one. I don't know where it's at because I didn't see it in the dishwasher. So, and it's not here. Oh, weird. Not in my nose. Right there in the mixing bowl. I know that ain't good for y'all's ears, so the other one probably was better. This one does the lumps a little better than that plastic. Now we can kind of quit. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, I'll get this done, then I'll go in there and take out this trunk or treat kit and see if I can figure out what in the world. It's a candy thing, like a Candyland thing. Oh, and I'll be sure to show y'all. Let me tell you, Tillman, he's still like a kid. So I got him a gingerbread man costume. Getting him in it's going to be a time. But it's got a zipper that goes all the way from the head of it to the feet. So he's so tickled about that. I took it up there last night and laid it across him. I said, well, the good thing about this is you can wear it now and then you can turn around and use it at Christmas time too, because it's gingerbread. It looks Christmassy. I got it to move in before I burn my biscuits over there. I know that bottom was pretty good. And I'm just going to pour this over in this batter bowl beside me. Just about there. It's a good day to cook. A good, cool, rainy day. But for some reason, me and Tim both are burning up, and we got no heater going in here. Now, I got an electric fireplace that kicks on, but because Daddy has that office in the basement, and he keeps his heat on 74, 75 upstairs, they stay good. And let's see if I can flip y'all, and if we have a disaster, you'll get to watch it. I can't touch that. It's too hot. This is a heavy skillet. I love it, but it is heavy. You almost need to pick up both sides of it. If I didn't pick up Tillman a lot, I probably couldn't pick it up with one hand. Heavy, and it holds a lot of stuff. Now we'll get us a ladle. Let me turn that off. I've been known to forget to do that, especially if I have it on low. Now let's get our biscuits out of there. Let me get me some little. Oh yeah, we're ready, and we need some butter. Ow! I don't want to get my hand on that. Get that over here. It's hot. Without catching everything on fire. Let's see if I can get y'all down a little bit so you can see it. All right. And a ladle somewhere. I need a little bit longer, but I don't want it to fall in. For some gravy. And then I'm going to grab, y'all hold on just a minute. I don't think he's down there, but I'm going to get me some of them. If these collards, I'm going to have lunch. What I'm going to have? They'll probably have just a biscuit with the gravy in them. But I'm telling you, I could sit down. I could sit down and eat this entire bowl of collard greens by myself. When I just did them a couple of nights ago with some ham hocks. So I'll warm them up, and that'll go on my plate, and I'll give them the option. Let's see, we can make Tillman up. Little plate real quick. Let's get him a biscuit out. And get some butter and do those real quick. They're good and hot. This is salted butter, which I never buy. I usually do all unsalted, but they were out. That was one thing I seen at the Kroger. It was on sale. I need to go up and get me some else. It's like $1 cheaper right now, I think. I think it's $2.39. This is cow butter. It's almost froze. Get some underneath them so they'll have crispy bottom. Yeah, I'm about ready to go put on summer clothes. I'm hot. But that's the one thing about cooking is it'll heat up a kitchen, won't it? Now let's get one out. Let me grab a butter knife or something behind me. Something to hold on to that with. Yeah, the bottom of them may be too brown. That's the only thing about making gravy and biscuits at the same time. Those are just fine. Just fine. Let's see, I can show y'all. I'm not going to hold it. It's way too hot. It's smoking, see? It's perfect. Pretty little biscuits. Bread is one of my favorite things to do. Any kind of it. This is what we're going to do for him. It's just easier. I'm not touching that. They are scalding hot. Easier to just cut him some up. Like so. And then I'll take, let's see how the steak is. We got to test that because cube steak, I don't know about y'all, but it can be hit or miss on the, whether it's tender or not. Let me see a steak knife in here. So let me try it and see before I put it on his plate. Perfectly fine. It's actually really tender. I don't know where that came from, to be honest with you. You know which grocery store I got it at. From the looks of it, I think it's our local. The package, I think it looked like local penny pinchers here. Cut him up. Cut him up some little bites. So, no, I could be making this prettier, I guess, for the camera, but y'all, this is for Tillman. Maybe I should make one for me first. And then you would put, you know, a whole piece of keepsake on there. It'd be a lot prettier for a picture. I'll do that one too. Then we're going to do his. Get that over here without making a mess. So there's him one. We set it there to cool, and then we'll fix mine without it being so all over the place. Now, I will say the kind of biscuits I make are the type that is almost hard to stuff and pick it up and eat it because they're super soft. But you can. That's too hot for me to do that. I gotta turn it. Get me a decently big one. Yeah, they're harder to stuff. But you sure can sit down with a fork and eat it like a, you know. I just need, I don't really want 2 pieces, but we'll do 2, and then I'll feed JoJo one of these. So it'll just be better looking for a photo. And there's our other one. So we're about to have a yummy lunch. This one can be JoJo's because I'm gonna warm me some collards, y'all. And I'm gonna eat me some of them collards too, because I love them. So I'm gonna have it all. Gosh, I'm missing 26. It says I'm missing a bunch of stuff. I like the bottom of my biscuits brown like that. Well, that brown's really good because I was doing that gravy. I did, you know, when you're doing one thing, you can't really. It's hard to watch it that close. This stuff's good. And it's really tender. A lot of times when I do keepsake like that, I'll sprinkle, sounds nuts, but I'll sprinkle baking soda on it because it helps tender it up. But I didn't this. It's just good keepsake. You know what? I know where that come from. I'm wrong. Maybe Tammy's right. If you're listening, Tammy, you were right. That came from Ingles. She's all the time telling me, I don't know why you buy your meat nowhere else. She says they have the best meat. And that's been frozen since that day I stopped when I had went to that thrift store in Dallas. I stopped on my way back in the town next to us and stopped at the Ingles. And that's where that keepsake come from. And it's so tender, I could have cut it with a fork. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to get up here. I know he is hungry. He's probably like, what is taking you so long? And then I'll try to record a little bit tonight at the truck or treat if it's not pouring down rain. And then I'll let y'all see Tillman and his gingerbread get up. I might even record a little bit of me trying to put this thing together because that might be comical. I should call Daddy and say, let me use your little minivan hatchback because it would probably work a lot better in that type of vehicle than it will be my truck bed because it's made for, you know, like a trunk. So we'll see. I'll know in a little while. See you later, and thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.